Are you tired of watching your peers get ahead financially while you're stuck spinning your wheels? Well, buckle up because today, we're going to explore some savvy strategies for outsmarting the competition and taking control of your financial future. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Outsmarting my peers? Isn't that a little cutthroat? But here's the thing. In the game of personal finance, it pays to be ahead of the curve. And by learning to think smarter and act more strategically with your money, you can set yourself up for long-term success and financial freedom. Whether you're a recent grad just starting to navigate the world of adult finances or a seasoned saver looking to up your game, this video has something for you. Get ready to learn how to outsmart your peers and take your financial future to the next level. Let's dive in. 1. Understanding basic financial principles. All right, let's kick things off with the foundation of financial success. Understanding basic financial principles. I know. It might not sound as sexy as insider trading or cryptocurrency schemes, but trust me, mastering these fundamentals is key to outsmarting your peers in the long run. So, what exactly are these basic principles? Well, for starters, there's the concept of income versus expenses. It might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people struggle with the simple idea of spending less than they earn. If you want to get ahead financially, you need to make sure you're bringing in more than you're shelling out each month. Another key principle is the idea of assets versus liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, like a rental property or a well-performing stock. A liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money out of your pocket, like a car loan or credit card debt. To build wealth over time, you need to focus on acquiring assets and minimizing liabilities. But perhaps the most important principle of all is the concept of delayed gratification. This means resisting the urge to spend money on short-term pleasures in favor of long-term rewards. It's about saying no to that shiny new gadget or designer handbag so you can say yes to things like saving for retirement or investing in your education. By mastering these basic financial principles, you'll be well on your way to outsmarting your peers and building a solid foundation for long-term financial success. But don't worry, we're just getting started. Keep watching to learn even more savvy strategies for taking your finances to the next level. 2. Building multiple income streams. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about one of the most powerful ways to outsmart your peers financially: building multiple income streams. You see, most people rely on a single source of income, their day job. And while there's nothing wrong with having a traditional 9-to-5, putting all your financial eggs in one basket can be risky. What happens if you get laid off or your company goes under? Suddenly, your one and only income stream is dried up, leaving you scrambling to make ends meet. That's where multiple income streams come in. By diversifying your sources of income, you can create a more stable and resilient financial foundation. And the best part? There are countless ways to start generating extra cash flow, no matter your skills or interests. For example, you could start a side hustle doing freelance work or selling products online. You could invest in rental properties or dividend-paying stocks. You could even turn a hobby like photography or writing into a money-making venture. The key is to think creatively and be willing to put in the extra effort to build these additional income streams. It might mean working a few extra hours each week or learning new skills, but the payoff can be huge in terms of increased financial security and flexibility. So, take a look at your current financial situation and start brainstorming ways you can start building multiple income streams. With a little ingenuity and a lot of hard work, you could be well on your way to outsmarting your peers and achieving true financial freedom. 3. The power of compound interest. All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools in your financial arsenal: compound interest. This might sound like a boring math term, but trust me, understanding and harnessing the power of compound interest can be a game changer when it comes to outsmarting your peers financially. So, what exactly is compound interest? In a nutshell, it's the interest you earn on your interest. When you invest money and earn interest on it, that interest gets added to your original investment, and then you start earning interest on the combined amount. Over time, this can lead to exponential growth in your wealth. But here's the key. The earlier you start investing and taking advantage of compound interest, the more time you have to let your money grow. Even small amounts invested early on can add up to huge sums over the course of decades. For example, let's say you start investing $100 a month at age 25, earning an average annual return of 7%. By the time you retire at age 65, you'll have over $380,000 saved up. But if you wait until age 35 to start investing, you'll only have around $150,000, less than half as much. So if you want to outsmart your peers financially, one of the best things you can do is start investing early and often. Whether it's through a retirement account, a brokerage account, or even just a high-yield savings account, putting your money to work and letting compound interest do its thing can be a powerful way to build long-term wealth and financial security. 4. Effective budgeting techniques. Now, let's talk about one of the most important tools for outsmarting your peers financially: effective budgeting. I know, the word budget might make you want to run for the hills, but trust me, mastering the art of budgeting is crucial if you want to take control of your financial future. At its core, budgeting is simply the process of creating a plan for how you'll spend and save your money each month. It's about being intentional with your cash flow, so you can make sure you're putting your hard-earned dollars to work in a way that aligns with your goals and values. One of the most effective budgeting techniques is the 50-30-20 rule. This means allocating 50% of your income to essential expenses like housing, food, and transportation, 30% to discretionary spending like entertainment and travel, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. By following this simple formula, you can ensure that you're covering your bases while still leaving room for fun and financial progress. Another key aspect of effective budgeting is tracking your spending. This means keeping a record of where your money is going each month, whether it's through a spreadsheet, a budgeting app, or just a simple notebook. By seeing exactly how much you're spending in each category, you can identify areas where you might be overspending and make adjustments accordingly. So if you want to outsmart your peers financially, start by creating a budget that works for you. Be honest about your income and expenses, set realistic goals, and track your progress over time. With a little discipline and a lot of intentionality, you can take control of your cash flow and start building the financial future of your dreams. 5. Advanced savings tactics. All right, let's take your savings game to the next level with some advanced tactics that can help you outsmart your peers and supercharge your wealth-building efforts. First up, automation. One of the easiest and most effective ways to boost your savings is to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings or investment accounts each month. By making saving a non-negotiable part of your budget, you can ensure that you're consistently putting money away for the future, even when life gets busy or expensive. Another advanced savings tactic is to take advantage of employer-sponsored retirement plans like 401ks and HSAs. These accounts often come with valuable benefits like employer matching contributions and tax breaks, which can help you save even more money over time. Plus, by contributing to these accounts automatically through payroll deductions, you can make saving for retirement a seamless part of your financial routine. But saving isn't just about putting money in the bank. It's also about making smart choices with the money you do spend. One way to do this is by using credit card rewards programs to your advantage. By choosing cards that offer cash back, travel points, or other perks on purchases you'd be making anyway, you can essentially get paid to spend money, and then funnel those rewards right back into your savings, whilst of course keeping in mind the need to pay it off in full to avoid fees that outweigh any benefits you may receive. So if you want to outsmart your peers and take your savings to the next level, start by implementing these advanced tactics. Automate your savings, take advantage of employer-sponsored plans, and use credit card rewards strategically. With a little savvy and a lot of discipline, you can watch your wealth grow faster than ever before. 6. Behavioral finance. Now let's talk about a topic that's often overlooked in the world of personal finance: behavioral finance. This field of study looks at how psychological biases and emotional factors can influence our financial decisions, and how understanding these biases can help us make smarter choices with our money. One common behavioral bias is loss aversion, the idea that we tend to feel the pain of a loss more acutely than the pleasure of an equivalent gain. This can lead us to make overly conservative decisions with our investments, or to hold on to losing stocks for too long in the hopes of recouping our losses. Another bias is herd mentality, the tendency to follow the crowd and make decisions based on what everyone else is doing, rather than what's best for our own financial situation. This can lead us to jump on investment bandwagons or make impulsive purchases just because everyone else is doing it. But by understanding these biases and learning to recognize them in ourselves, we can start to make more rational, level-headed decisions with our money. This might mean setting strict rules for our investments to prevent emotional decision-making, or taking a step back to assess whether a purchase is really in line with our goals and values. Another key aspect of behavioral finance is the idea of mental accounting, the way we mentally categorize and assign value to different types of money. For example, we might be more willing to splurge on a vacation with our tax refund than with our regular paycheck, even though it's all the same money in the end. By recognizing these mental accounting tendencies and learning to treat all money as fungible, we can make more optimal decisions about how to allocate our resources. So if you want to outsmart your peers financially, don't neglect the psychological side of money management. By understanding your own biases and mental quirks, you can start to make more rational, effective choices with your hard-earned cash. 7. Negotiation skills for financial gain. Finally, let's talk about a skill that can help you outsmart your peers in just about every area of your financial life: negotiation. Whether you're bargaining for a higher salary, haggling over the price of a big purchase, or just trying to get a better deal on your cable bill, knowing how to negotiate effectively can be a game changer when it comes to building wealth. But for many of us, negotiation can feel uncomfortable or even scary. We might worry about coming across as too aggressive or demanding, or we might not know how to articulate what we want in a way that's persuasive and effective. The good news is that negotiation is a skill that can be learned and practiced over time. And by mastering a few key techniques, you can start to feel more confident and empowered when it comes to advocating for yourself financially. One of the most important aspects of effective negotiation is preparation. Before you go into any negotiation, take the time to research and gather information that can help you make a strong case for what you want. This might mean looking up salary data for your industry, comparing prices from different vendors, or simply reflecting on your own goals and priorities. Another key technique is to focus on creating a win-win outcome. Instead of approaching the negotiation as a zero-sum game where one person has to lose for the other to win, try to find ways to create value for both parties. This might mean offering something in exchange for what you want, or finding creative solutions that meet everyone's needs. And finally, don't be afraid to walk away if the deal isn't right. Sometimes, the best way to get what you want is to be willing to say no and look for other opportunities. So, if you want to outsmart your peers financially, start honing your negotiation skills. With a little practice and a lot of preparation, you can start to get better deals, earn more money, and take control of your financial future like never before. And there you have it, 7 ways to financially outsmart your peers. So what's next for you? Discover how fear of change is making the middle class poorer, or learn the wealth-building strategies people always overlook. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.